Hi, this is Jeremy Schoonmaker with HP's Channel MPS Group, and in this video I'm going to talk about WebJet Admin and the Secure by Default initiative and how to deal with SNMP credentials. Now, the Secure by Default initiative is HP's response to kind of an ongoing conversation in the electronics industry about connected devices and whose responsibility is to secure them. Now, HP has always provided a lot of different ways to secure devices, but they ship mostly wide open. And the idea behind that is that there's lots of different networks that we ship to, there's lots of different countries we ship to, and sometimes it's difficult to figure out what the best things to turn on and off are, right? So we want to have a good user experience. But a couple of years ago, we said, well, there's some things that, being a security-minded company, we really do think we want to ship them turned off or turned on or whatever it is. And so we started this Secure by Default initiative. So this started in FutureSmart version 4.5, if you're keeping track. And we've done a couple different revisions to it. Now, why this plays into WebJet Admin is because one of the settings we've made is around SNMP credentials. There's a white paper, a technical white paper available online if you want to Google Secure by Default with HP, that you'll be able to find all the changes. But again, WebJet Admin is just around SNMP v1, v2. The key is that we now ship our devices by default with SNMP v1, v2 write access disabled. So instead of being available for read and write access, their write access is disabled. And that way people can't make changes to the settings to these devices, because SNMP can be used to change settings of devices. So we said, well, we're going to turn that to disabled. And the idea is that then somebody, if they need to, they can enable it. They can set their own community name if they want to, but we'll keep it more secure by default. So this affects WebJet Admin because WebJet Admin uses SNMP set or write access to set a lot of settings. So what you might find, and I've got this pulled up here, is if you create a configuration template and you push it and you get this needed credentials screen, okay? And what this is asking for is a set community name, because it's using an SNMP set protocol to try and apply your template. But because it's turned off, it's not getting response from the device, so it thinks, hey, well, maybe I need a community name, right? A password in order to use SNMP set, which is the same thing as write. But what's happening here is not that, hey, there's a community name set. What's happening here is that the device itself, you can see it here, has SNMP set to read-only access because of the Secure by Default initiative, okay? So how do we deal with that, right? If we need to, we can go into the device like I have in the web server and just say, hey, I want to enable that, click apply, and then you'd be good to go, right? One device at a time, that's great. But WebJet Admin, of course, is not about one device at a time. It's about large fleets of devices. So what we've done, I'm going to go ahead and cancel this, this template application here, is we've created a way to turn on SNMP with a different network credential. So here in the HP configuration template, you want to apply your devices as normal. So I choose my Enterprise MFP UPI and my NIC here, and I'm going to turn this, call this template SNMP set on. Okay, I could call it whatever I want, but that's what I'm going to call it here. So this is under the security settings of the device, and it's called SNMP credentials, and you'll see there's a version for older devices, FutureSmart 3 and non-FutureSmart devices, and then this version for anything that's FutureSmart 4.5 or newer, right? Anything that's has Secure by Default applied to it. Now, in here, you'll find lots of different options to change SNMP credential settings, right? So if I click the box, right, I'm going to use this. I can enable SNMP v1, v2, or v3 if I want to use v3. I can create a new configuration, or if I'm going to modify the settings, I can do that. Or if I want to disable things, I can do that here as well, okay? So what I'll want to do is I want to enable SNMP v1, v2, and I want to set it to enable read-write access, okay? So I just want this template to enable the read-write access so that then I can apply other templates correctly. You know, it's probably good security practice to have a SNMP turn off template as well. If you don't have a community name that you're going to set, or you're not going to use v3, you might, after you're done configuring devices, you might want to turn that back off afterwards. So for today, I'm just going to set this up. So I'm going to apply this template here to my M527. Okay. I'm going to click apply, and hopefully that won't take too long here. And then what we should see is back in the web server that gets changed over, and then from there I would be able to apply my other templates correctly. So it's successful. I'm going to go back to my 527 and I'm going to refresh this page here, and you see now it's turned on. And when I try to apply my other template here, my network settings template to my 527, that box will not pop up because now I can use SNMP set as a protocol. So that's how you deal with the default secure by default initiative with HP WebJet Admin.